Garrett Wolfe back again, bassist for Bandzilla with the incredible Dr. Richard Niles, creator of this amazing, insane band.
And let me tell you, see this thing? I don't even know what it is. That just shows you what an old fart I am. Okay, none of this was used on the record. Okay, now, what are we talking about now?
Well, I want to know what the next song is and what it's about. First of all, what's the name of the next song?
Well, that's a good question. Well, let's talk about, it's a song called This World Is Mine. Ah, yes. And the lyric is pretty, it's the lyric of somebody who is going to go his own way. It's the lyric of somebody who says, okay, you've never given me your world, I'm not giving you my world, so why don't you all just go home and stop bothering me? And so it's about somebody who wants to live life his own way and who is rejecting the world, wants to go off-grid. Now, as many of you know, the government doesn't want you to go off-grid. Nobody wants you to go off-grid. They want you to use their electricity, their water, and their idea of reality, which is on the 9 o'clock news. So this song says, I ain't got no socks, I ain't got no shoes, I don't follow one damn thing on the 9 o'clock news. And so that's what it does. And that was the most crusty old fart voice I could possibly make. But
Who does it on the album?
Well, this is the lucky thing. We were very, very lucky to get my old boss, Leo Sayer. I used to work for Leo Sayer back in, believe it or not, it's so embarrassing, 1976. It was actually the first real kind of big-time artist that I got to work with, and when I got out of the Berklee College of Music. And Leo was doing a TV series. Leo's a guy who I hope all of you know, but he had 16 #1 hits, so he hasn't done too badly in life. And he's a great guy and an amazing performer. And you know, as we're here, I'm going to tell you this little Leo Sayer story to show you what an amazing guy he is. When I first got the job to work with him on this series, he said, well, you know, I'm doing a gig in New York, and I want you to come and see me live so that you know what my live thing is for the TV show, because I want to, you know, do that on the show. So I said, great, and we went I went to New York to meet him, and we got out of the hotel, and I traveled in his car to go to the gig, which was just outside of New York. The promoter had not promoted the gig properly, and it was a huge theater in the round, which seated about, I think, something like 2,000 or 3,000 people. And unfortunately, it wasn't promoted, so there were only about 100 people who came because nobody knew that the gig was going on. So the promoter said, oh, you know, don't worry about it, you know, I'm terribly sorry, but we'll, you know, we'll just cancel the gig. And Leo said, hey, those people in there paid for their seats. They're expecting a show. They're all sitting there. They're going to get a show. And he took the band off stage. It was a theater in the round, so he stopped the stage rolling around, and he told everybody from all over the theater in the cheap seats to come down to the front of the stage. And that guy performed the whole show to those 100 people. He was coming down off the stage, sitting in their laps, making jokes with them, having a ball. And I think that was probably one of the best nights of their life.
Wow.
And I was totally impressed at that, and I thought it was just you know, that's the way all performers should be. And so that's why I'm so happy that Leo's singing on the record. And I also know that Leo is very much an iconoclast. He's got his own views. He goes his own way. He's very politically involved. He's very committed against fracking. And so, you know, I knew that he would appreciate at least the idea of this song, and luckily he liked it, and he offered to do it. And I'm super grateful, and he's done a great job, and it's a big-time song, and it contains all kinds of, it's got 2 unbelievably great solos, one from Mark Nightingale, the trombone player, brilliant British trombone player, who just is so amazing. And also the great Steve Hamilton does a piano solo on here, which I think every piano player will want to transcribe before I do. So yeah, so this is a really fun track on the album, and I hope you enjoy it. So
Let's play it.
let's play it. Good morning.